What is up? We are live. Powell Times. Dancer Patrick Mitswing Nick Sigasun and Mako Sagegan and Ochinia Egwa.
Jared Whitefish and Sigaso, Mr. ICP Eugenia.
And yeah, we're happy to be here today with a special episode with one of our good friends, Mr. James Jones. But before we get into it and before we bring our star to the show, we like giving shout outs to all the people who are tuning in. So for those of you who are tuning in, give us a shout out of where you are, where you're watching from, and so we could give you a holla holla.
Give us a heart, give us a care, give us a share.
Give it a share. This is going to be an awesome episode. We're going to be talking with our TikTok superstar, Mr. James Jones. He's in a house today. Veronica Shirley says, hello, what is up? So good to see you as well. A couple of housekeeping things we want to announce. So let me go to this really quickly. So we are going to have our men's fancy special and our ladies fancy special. That's going to be in Red Deer, Alberta. And the day, I know it says July 18th there, but it's not. We kind of pushed it because we were looking at the weather and we're like, oh man, it's going to be raining that day. So we got it on Saturday Night Live, July 25th. And we got Northern Cree, who's going to be that host drum. So we got Northern Cree going to be coming out to sing those awesome fancy dance tunes. So for those of you who want more information about this guy right here, you want to go to Red Deer Aboriginal Dance Troupe on Facebook, and they have all the links, and you can register if you're in Canada. So it's going to be in Alberta. It's going to be a live event. So it's going to be pretty cool. And yeah, that's so you want to stay tuned for that. We're going to be live streaming that on our Facebook page, Power Times, and our YouTube as well. So yeah, let's say what's up to all the people. Who do we got here? We got go ahead, you just say
Antonia Villa from Houston, Texas. Oh,
what's up? California from the Cherokee Nation. Riley, how's it going?
Kian watching from Pendleton, Oregon. Oh,
we got Frog Lake in the house.
Yatahe from Yatahe, New Mexico. Sorry,
from Yatahe. Good to have you guys. We got Dominic Green from Oklahoma. Awesome.
And all the way from Saskatoon, Layla Alame. Thank you for watching.
I got that part, don't we?
Okay.
Yeah. So, Kiowa, what's up? Antonia Villa.
Hello, my name is Donovan. I'm from the Muscapeding First Nation. Is that how you say it?
I think so, yeah. Good to see you guys. Alberta, Canada, E-Town, but moving to Saskatchewan because E-Town's getting messy and dangerous. Interesting. All right.
I did not know that.
Carlos Apache Tribe in Arizona. Hello, everybody.
Miss Laura, hey, finally made your live. Oh, thank you. Hello from Pula. How do you say that? Puyallup, Washington? I don't know. Let me know.
Washington. Hey, Mr. Marmar Gaming. He's always putting on some awesome streams. You guys go check out Marmar Gaming.
Getting pretty deadly with the sniping and.
Yeah, man. If you want to watch some pros and how they game and stuff, man, go check out Marmar Gaming.
Me for real funk from Sake. I don't know.
That's from Heart Lake, Alberta. Kind of missing that you guys not having powwows. You know, it's one of the places that we like to go is Heart Lake, Alberta, right by Lac La Biche, kind of north from there, right on.
Warren Daniels, hi guys from Lloydminster, Daniels family.
Right on.
Thank you for watching.
Right on, brother. Hey, it's good to see you. Hope all is well with your family. North Carolina. I'm just gonna go quick now. We got
Martinsville, Marmar.
So many people.
Oakland, California. Navajo Nation.
There we go. So
San Antonio, Texas.
I think we got all parts of North America in the house, but we're gonna start bringing out our guests here. We got Mr. James Jones in the house. If you guys don't know, let me just show you real quickly. There you go, Mr. James Jones. If I scroll up, you could see this guy has 709,000 followers.
Ooh.
Right? That's 100 709,000. So if we're talking about, let's say Madison Square Garden, I think it's only 50,000 people in there. So he could fill that place up so much times with his audience that he has. He has 12 million likes on all his videos. We're going to bring out a few of his videos and kind of show them to you guys because they're so awesome, real creative. And yeah, so he's a good brother of mine. And thank you so much, James, for being a part of our show today. So I'm going to take this off right here and bring out the man of the hour. What is up, James Jones? How are you doing?
Dante, what's going on, brothers? How you guys doing?
Good,
Good,
man.
good,
It's
good.
good to have you in the house. So, you've been having real lot of success with TikTok and absolutely killing it. And I remember you were telling us, Pat, you need to get on TikTok. You need to get on TikTok. What what is the what made you go into that platform, TikTok? What kind of inspired you to say, man, I'm going to start this?
It was just like honestly, when I first joined TikTok, like everybody else, like it was kind of pre or in the beginning of stages of COVID lockdown, and I wasn't working a lot. I had a lot of gigs canceled, so I just had a lot of extra time at home, and I just been seeing these TikTok videos pop up all over social media. Like these TikTok videos are popping up all over Facebook, like all over Instagram, Twitter. I just start seeing them everywhere. People started tagging me in these TikTok videos, and most of them were like funny, kind of like res humor, like TikTok videos, like native humor stuff, like all over Facebook, and I could always see the watermark on them. So I decided maybe I'll just make one just because I'm bored. Like I got nothing else to do in when we're social distancing, and I'll make some funny res videos. Try to be a funny guy. So that's kind of like how I started. I just downloaded the app, and I wasn't sure which name to even choose. So I was like, like Notorious Cree sounds cool. So like I'll just I wanted to have a different name than my own. And I did it. I downloaded it, and yeah, I kind of just started making my first few videos were just kind of funny res humor videos, and I just did it for fun basically.
That's so awesome. When was that? Like, when do you remember when you started?
Yeah, it was about March 25th is when I posted my first video.
So it's March, April, May, June. So in 4 months, you grew your following to 700,000 people. How do
Yeah.
you do that? Like, there's people on here. For those of you who don't know, like, TikTok is this social. How would you explain it? Like, is it a hybrid of Instagram and
I,
Snapchat? Like, how would you describe it?
I would say it's more similar to like a mini YouTube.
A
Like
mini
it's
YouTube?
basically a mini YouTube that allows you to either educate, uh, post funny videos or performance stuff with between anywhere between like most videos I say are between 10 and 60 seconds. So I would say it's basically just like a mini version of YouTube, condensed.
Yeah, sweet man. And so how does one go from 0 followers, you're creating your first video in March, to like being able to post a video like yesterday that got 439,000 views, I think it was. Like, how do you go from zero to where you are?
Um, well, I don't know. Like honestly, when I first started on TikTok, like I said, I was basically just trying to make just funny res humor kind of comedy stuff. You know what I mean? And my first like 4 or 5 videos I posted were all comedy based, and they didn't really do that good, to be honest. Like I don't know. I had a few comments on them. Like I had like 10 comments, 15 comments on and my first couple of videos probably got like 5,000 to like a 6,000, 3,000 views. And then I think it was about my fifth or sixth video where they had this challenge. It was like a trend going around TikTok, and it was called the Blinding Lights Challenge. So it was like a song from the rapper singer The Weeknd, and all these people were doing this little quick 15-second dance trend, and it was basically just like a quick little easy dance you could do. Like it was a dance. It was really trendy and it was really popular because it was a dance everyone could do. Like moms were doing it, grandmas were doing it, kids. Like, you didn't have to be a dancer to do that dance. So so I was like, hey, I should just do this dance because I'm a dancer. Like, I could probably do it easily. So my fifth or sixth video, I filmed a video, like the blinding lights challenge, and I filmed it, and then I was looking at it and I was like, this is kind of boring. I'm just like, I could probably do this way better, like if I put my regalia on, you know what I mean? Like, I watched the video a few times and I was about to post it, and I just thought to myself, I'm like, this kind of just like, I just look like everybody else, you know what I mean? It's kind of boring to me. So I figured, what the hell, I'll put on my my hoop regalia and I'll do the blinding lights challenge. I'll do this dance with my hoops. And I did it, man. Like, I just straight up, I filmed it, and then posted it, and went to bed. Like, I never even checked any comments or anything. I posted it late too. It was probably like, I don't know, probably like midnight when I posted it. And then I just went to bed, and then I woke up the next day and it had like 200,000 views. And I was like, holy, what the hell? Like, this is crazy, man. And then literally it just kept going. Like, and then by midday, by like I would say by 6 p.m., it had like, it went from 200 to like 300, and then like 2 hours later it was at like 400, and then all of a sudden, like within a couple of days, it was at like 1 million, and then it was like just kept going, man. It was like 1.5 million, 2 million, like it just kept literally just going crazy, that video. So that was like my first like super, like, well, pretty viral video, I guess you could say. And that's what, that's basically what started off my TikTok, like my TikTok journeys, because within that time frame of about a week, I gained about 100,000 followers, just from that, just from that one video.
Yeah.
So I was, and then ever since then, I was like, okay, well, maybe I should post more stuff up my alley, because I'm a dancer, you know what I mean? I'm a dancer, hoop dancer, I'm an educator, so I should just maybe do things that I like to do instead of trying to be, just a funny guy,
Yeah, for sure. So when you woke up to all those views and all those followers, where you're like, okay, now I'm gonna take this seriously. I'm gonna put some more energy into this.
Not really, to be honest. Like,
Oh no.
no, like when the video went pretty crazy, I was literally just like, oh man, well, this was a fluke. Like, I literally just said, like, this is a fluke, man. Like, there's no way it's gonna happen again. And like, same thing. And then I was like, well, I'll just post a few more dance vids and some stuff in my regalia and see what happens. Anyways, like, I just thought that because all my other videos did so bad, you know what I mean? Like, my other videos that I just posted didn't do good at all. So like, I just figured that like it'll just go back to that. So I posted a few more videos, and then those actually did really well too. Like, I did a couple more challenges and put my own native spin on it, and those freaking went crazy too. So I was like, okay. And then literally just for, I would say like after that, like once a week, I probably had like a viral video. Like once or twice a week, like one of my videos would go like pretty viral, like get like millions of views, you know what I mean? After that. So that's when I started taking it seriously. I was like, oh crap, like I was gaining followers really super fast. I was getting some pretty good opportunities online from it. So I was like, oh, maybe I should take this a bit more seriously now. And,
Sure.
still create the content I want to create, but just putting a little more effort into it.
So is this the video right here you're talking about?
Yeah, this is the one.
This is it?
Yep.
Okay, let's check it out and kind of see the video that started it all with James Jones. Right now, I think before I clicked on it, it was like 2 million views, something like that. Absolutely insane. So hold on, I'm gonna make sure that there's that's awesome. So a little leg on our end. But
you can still kind of see it though. Okay.
Yeah,
You can see my first 4 videos were all just funny videos before that.
Yeah, that's all. So let's get into creating the videos. What is your thought process when you're like, okay, do you go off of what's popular on TikTok and kind of follow that path, or do you just kind of start from a blank paper and basically start from scratch?
It's a mix of both. I would say like I would say probably like 60 to 70% of stuff I post are just like trends that are happening on TikTok. And I just
Mhm.
figure like I just try to find a way to put it into my own niche, which is like indigenous, either dance or whatnot. Like I put my own native spin on a lot of the trends on TikTok. And then I would say probably like 30% of stuff is stuff I just kind of do from scratch. Like either it would be like, just an idea I have, a video I want to do, some kind of a funny video or whatnot, or educational. And then I would say 10% is just random. So like every now and then I'll just throw like a totally just random video in there, just for fun.
That's so cool, man.
Mhm.
Just want to do a quick shout out to Delia, who sent some stars. Thank you so much, Delia. We want to give you a shout out. Thank you for being one of our loyal guests, our loyal watchers. I think
Hey.
Jared has some words here.
Yeah, I had a quick question. So, when you first started your TikTok journey, like, how was the scene for the native community? Like, was there any much people doing it, or was it just did you kind of start it?
Yeah. No, there was actually a lot of people. Like even when I first started on TikTok, that like like you can see how many natives, or you can see how many people use certain hashtags. So like, you know what I mean? You can tell like if you type in the hashtag like Native American, it'll probably have like 700 million 6 or 700 million posts that have used that hashtag. So
Hmm.
there was a good amount. Like when I first started, there was probably like, when I looked up the native hashtag, there was like 500 million native hashtag used. There was like about 400 million Native American hashtag used. So there was like quite a few creators on there, and like there was a lot of content floating around
Yeah.
on TikTok already. So
So if those of you who kind of are so new to TikTok and stuff like that, you can go to TikTok, download the app, and on the search area, that's where you do the hashtag sign Native American, and you could find out all our people, all the indigenous people posting indigenous content. So that kind of leads me to my next question. You have a large following, and you've been able to use the platform in a way to promote indigenous culture, indigenous issues, things like
mhm.
that. Why is that important to you?
Well, it's just important to me that number one, that I try to represent, my culture and things that I was taught and Indigenous culture, just in a good way. So we can educate people in a good way about who we are as Indigenous people. Also, to spread laughter, to and to number one for me is like I really wanted to inspire the younger generation. Like there's a lot of young indigenous users, indigenous TikTokers on the app, and I just wanted to inspire them that like that to be proud of who you are, like being an indigenous person. Be proud. If you want to have long hair, don't be ashamed. Have long hair. If you want to speak your language, learn your language. If you want to learn more about your culture, like do it. It's one of the best things you can do for yourself and for your spirit. So like that was one of the biggest things for me is like I just really wanted to not only educate non-indigenous, but I wanted to also just make the younger generation educate them on things that have been passed on to me. And I get reached out to a lot by young indigenous people, young indigenous youth on TikTok, asking me questions and stuff like that. So for me that was a big thing.
Oh, we're right on. I was gonna ask. So you said that there's a lot of kids and younger people on TikTok. Has anyone ever said like,
There,
"Hey, I seen you on like in real life"?
Yeah, it happens all the time. Oh, there is and was, but now honestly, TikTok is everyone, man. Like when I first joined TikTok, like adults were just starting to get on it. Like aunties, uncles, moms, dads were just starting to get on it. Like I feel like, and now it's literally just like everybody's on it, man. Grandmas, aunties, uncles, everything. Like there's so many adults. Like businesses are coming on, so it's turning into a big big platform for all age categories, which is cool now too. You know what I mean? But yeah, like when I'm out and about, not really when I'm just dressed like this, but if I'm like filming like downtown and I have my regalia on, or even if I'm like at the park filming, a lot of people like, it's really interesting that people do recognize, like, they're like, hey, are you filming TikToks? And I'm like, yeah. They're like, hey, are you that guy that does like the hoop dancing and like does the powwow stuff on there? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, and people, I meet a lot of people out and about who actually follow me on TikTok, which is pretty interesting and pretty cool, man. Like, I don't know, that's never really happened before. So
That's so cool, man.
Mhm.
When you go live, I see like 200 people, man. They'll all jump on and everything like that.
Yeah.
Is there a way for you to create like an income through TikTok where this could be like your full-time kind of gig that you do?
Yeah, well, it's jumped now. So now it's about 400 per live stream. So
Damn.
now that when I'm live, it's about 400. The other night I hit like 600, which was crazy. First time I ever got that high. But yeah, people can send me gifts on there. Like, they have this thing called like TikTok gifts. So you
Hmm.
can purchase them through the app, and it's just basically TikTok gifts that are worth different amounts. And you can send them to your favorite creators, for creating content, educating. If some people go live and do performances, and then you can send them these gifts, and then you can cash those gifts out. So I mean, obviously you don't get all of it because TikTok takes a percentage,
Yeah.
pretty big one, obviously. But it's been helping, man. Honestly, like, the gifts have really helped a lot, man. They
Nice.
help with groceries, man. They help with, like, being able to create content full time. So it's been really nice, and it's really helped out a lot. Like, I have some really, really good supporters on there that I'm really happy to be friends with now. So
That's so dope. So, what is the process when someone gives you gifts on TikTok to get that to your bank account?
it's really easy. Like, all I got to do is, there's like if you have a pro account, which I have a pro account, I think you need 1,000 followers to have a pro account,
Yeah.
or maybe 10,000. I don't know. But I can just go and click this one button, and it just says cash out balance, and it goes directly to my PayPal. And
Wow, that's pretty cool.
yeah, it just takes like a second, and then it goes from my PayPal into my bank account. So
Yeah, so awesome. So, guys, if you want to support James, go on to TikTok because do you go live daily now, or do you go
I go
live
live
every
twice
other
a
day?
day.
Twice a day, and you guys could send them gifts, right? So, and
Yeah.
also if you want to do it through Power Times, we have star programs, so you guys could send stars if you want to support any of the videos or any of the
Mhm.
live streams that we have. Um,
Yeah,
so,
that's the thing too, is like, I never ask people for gifts. Like, I never ask for gifts. I never ask for
mhm,
money. But people do realize that it takes a lot to be a content creator. Like, it takes a lot of your time, takes a lot of effort to put work into these videos. You know what I mean? Like, it's basically my full-time job. And like, it's not like YouTube where you get paid for views. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
YouTube, I know you can run ads, you can get paid per views and stuff, but TikTok's not like that at all. Like, you don't get paid for you can have a video get 100 million views and you get zero. But but it turns into followers, which turns into community, which turns into support through gifts and merchandise and stuff. So in a way, it does kind of pay off, but not the way like YouTube and stuff does.
hmm. So, how do you keep up your creative process? Because when I was just looking through your TikTok, you have so much videos. Like, there's a lot of videos here, a lot of them with like 2 3 million views, some all the way up to 6 million views. How do you keep creative where you're like, okay, here's another good idea to do, here's another good idea to do? How do you keep that creativity flowing?
Well, one thing, I don't really worry about the views anymore. Like, I don't know. Not every video is gonna go viral. Like, I kind of realize that now. You know what I mean? Like, I realize that, like, if you make a video in mind that you think it's gonna go viral, it probably won't. You know what I mean? So like, you gotta know that, like, even some of the biggest creators on the app, you know what I mean, who have like 50 million followers, sometimes their videos will only get 1 or 2 million views. You know what I mean?
Damn.
Which is still a lot, but not every video is gonna go viral. And I don't create videos to go viral. Like, I don't, as long as I'm giving for me, my mindset is like, I just want to show my community and give them value in my posts. So I'm
Hmm.
just hoping they can get something out of it, like make their day better by making them laugh, or educating them on things they never knew, or jumping on one of these trends and showing them that like we can make these trends indigenous, you know what I mean? So like I just keep that in mind. And once I post something like that, whether it blows up and gets tons of views or not, as long as it's a content that represents me, as long as it's something that I'm proud of, and people can click on it, and it represents a part of who I am, that's all that matters to me, you know what I mean? But as far as the creative process, I kind of have like this thing where if a video does really well, I'll try to recreate that video in different ways, like a few more times. You know what I mean? Like I said, like there was that one video I did where it was like this. It was another dance challenge, and it was it was called the culture, basically culture challenge, or a culture trend where you show off your culture. And I did it in my grass regalia, and that video did really, really well. So I was like, oh, I should try one with hoop. So then I did one with hoop, and that one did really, really well too. And then I was like, oh, I should do one with fancy, and then the fancy one did really, really well. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
so like it's also too like not trying to reinvent the wheel every single time you make a TikTok. Like if you have like a niche and it does well, it gets lots of engagement, like people will like, the way that TikTok works is like it remembers which kind of people interact with certain videos that you post. So like, you know what I mean?
Mm.
If you do really well with educational stuff, you should post majority educational stuff, because TikTok will send that stuff out to people who like to learn. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you're a dancer, that's why you see like Charlie D'Amelio. She's got all the followers on TikTok. She's like, I think she's like a young 17-year-old who, she literally just does the same dance every video. You know what I mean? But her followers like that though. You know what I mean? Like she's a dancer. She's got 60, almost 7, probably 70 million followers now, and literally every video is the same, just dancing. And
So
but
she's like the queen of TikTok. Is that what you're saying?
like by far, yeah, for sure, she's the main TikTok. Like TikTok's face is this young like 17-year-old hip hop dancer, and literally every single video she posts is like just dancing, same old dance. Like, not that I'm taking away from it, like it's dope, you know what I mean? She's a trained dancer, but I'm just saying like you don't have to reinvent the wheel every single time you post. You know what I mean? It's like, do
Mhm.
what works for you. Just like you guys, right? Like if you started posting like magic tricks on Power Times, people would be like, what the hell is this, man?
What's
You
going
know what I
on?
mean?
Yeah.
Like you got to stay in your you should kind of stay in your lane, and also stay in a place where you feel confident and where you feel, excited to create these things. If you're not happy about what you're posting, if you're just posting to go viral, if you're just making videos to try to blow up and get followers, like you're not going to enjoy it, and your content won't be as good.
Hmm. Let me, before you ask, I know you're talking about how now you don't create for the views, you do what you love, but
Mhm.
you've been able to kick off some real viral videos yourself, and the people that have done it as well. What do you think is the anatomy of a viral video?
Watch time. That's the only thing that matters. Watch time. Like if you can keep someone engaged from the biggest thing on TikTok, and TikTok has come out and said this, like they released how their algorithm works. Just recently, like the last week or so, or a couple of weeks ago, they released their algorithm, and like the number one thing is just watch time. So like if somebody's watching your video from start to finish, it's a really good, if a lot of people, like your video will get pushed out to like 500 people, and if majority of those people watch your video from start to finish, it'll just keep going, you know what I mean? Because TikTok
Hmm.
realizes that, hey, people are watching this video. If a lot of those people are rewatching the video, then it gets pushed twice as far. If people are favoriting the video and like saving it, that's another big indication. So like shares, right? Like are people sharing this video to their other things? But number one is watch time, and
Hmm.
rewatches. Rewatches is huge as well. And then So and a really big thing too is if somebody follows you from watching that video. So I think that's what they said is number one. So like if somebody watched my blinding lights and was like, whoa, this guy's dope, and they followed me right there, that's like a huge indication that like TikTok will keep pushing your video. So watch time is like number one, crucial.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had a question. So is there a lot of like, do you know of any other TikTokers out there?
Lots. I know tons of TikTokers. Like, it's really a big community, man. Even with a lot of the other creators, like a lot of the top Indigenous creators, like we have a Snapchat group, and we talk in the Snapchat group. We talk about what we should post for like upcoming, Indigenous Day, what we're gonna do, to what we're
So
gonna
you guys
do.
have a secret society?
Yeah, we got a secret
Is there a
society, man.
secret TikTok society?
Yeah, well, we just throw around ideas and we help each other out with like, like if somebody is gonna post something, they'll sometimes share it to the group and be like, hey, what do you guys think of this? Like, should I change
Hmm.
anything? You know what I mean? Just to help each other and stuff. So yeah, there's a lot of groups like that, like a lot of there's a really strong community, and like I feel like I'm really good friends now with like tons of TikTokers that like I never knew before. You know what I mean? Like I talk to them on a daily basis. We join each other's streams. We help each other. So it's become a really cool community. That's the one thing I like most about it is
So awesome.
the community.
So I'm curious, what are some of the TikTok accounts that you follow and that you recommend other people should check out?
Um, for Indigenous accounts.
Just in general, whatever the ones that you
Well,
particularly stand
since
out.
this is powwow times, let's just keep it Indigenous because
All right.
those are the most of the accounts that I follow, anyways. Is Indigenous creators. So Marika Sela, she's got a really good one.
Hmm.
Marika Sela, she's an Inuit flow artist, and she posts a lot of really dope videos, like with flow arts, and she talks about a lot about her culture, raises awareness for Indigenous rights. So Marika Sela is a really good one. A couple other verified natives on there. Dreadful Bird, his name is. He's another good account that I follow, and he posts really positive stuff, and he's got like super original content. He's got a really loyal following. Sherry McKay is another verified native. She's from Winnipeg, and she has a lot of original content. She's like pretty funny, a lot of really cool videos. Another guy named Thieland, the_land. He's another really. He has some really viral videos too. He's a young Indigenous
Nice.
dancer, musician, singer, and he has some really good videos, good content, like make you feel good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's tons of them, man. There's so many good ones. Those are a couple I could name offhand. Another good one is I'm trying to think of a few more.
I
Just
think
off.
there's
Go ahead.
another one there. Patrick's cousin, Brett.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
Brett.
Brett Too Easy. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Oh my God, he's one of the best. He's one of my favorite. I actually check his account every day to see if he posts a video because he's like literally one of the funniest freaking guys you'll ever meet in your life, man. His videos are
Yeah.
so funny. I would say he's the funniest guy on TikTok. Like for natives, like
Hmm.
I like. There's a lot of funny natives on TikTok. I would say straight up, like I have no problem saying it. I think he's one of the funniest guys on TikTok, like if not the funniest. Um, and then so Brett Too Easy, his name. I think it's Brett.
Hmm.
Brett Stuezy or something like that. He's a native from Saskatchewan. He's really funny. Oh, Smudgepan's on there too. So Conway Smudgepan. He's got a funny account. He doesn't post as much anymore, but he's got some funny videos on there. There's some good accounts on there, man.
Nice. So I had this guy, and we were kind of talking about this before we went live, and someone actually posted the comment. Um, are you working towards another venue since TikTok is quote unquote, about to be banned in the US? This is news to me, man. What do you know
Yeah.
about this, and what are you hearing on your end since you're a verified, which we'll talk about right after this as well, what that means. So, what is the word on that?
Well, I mean, for me, like I seen the news earlier too, and I think if it does happen, it would probably take a while because You know, it's obviously the way that censorship and the government works in the U.S. is different from like places like India and China. You know what I mean? They're not communist. It's not a communist country, and there's a process to stuff like this. So I don't know what's gonna happen, to be honest. I mean, obviously, I hope it doesn't, because legit, this has like been the best opportunity like ever for me. You know, being verified, and I'm getting a lot of really good you know, sponsorship endorsements and people reaching out to me. So I really hope it doesn't happen. But you know, if it does, one of the good things about TikTok is I'll still be able to have the app. Like I'll be able, like, I'm in Canada, so there's still a large user base in Canada, and I have a lot of followers from New Zealand. I have a lot of followers from Australia. I have followers from all over the world, like, you know, you name it, Africa, all over Europe. Like I got a huge following from all over the world, not just the US. So for me, you know, I'll be able to continue to use it, even if it does, you know, get the hammer. Obviously it will hurt, because I would say 50% of my following is from the US. So that would really hurt me, man. You know, 50% of my following just gone, because in my analytics it says that, yeah, like 50% of my followers US, and then like, you know, 30 is Canada, and then, you know, 20 is New Zealand and Africa and stuff. And then, you know, so yeah, for me it would suck. But one of the cool things, the good things about it is I've actually gained a ton of followers, like moving them off of to my Instagram and to my Facebook, to my YouTube. You know, like when I started TikTok, I had 8,000 followers on Instagram, and now I have I think like 33,000 followers, all from TikTok coming over. So I feel like even if it does, you know, not work out and it does get the hammer, oh, I think I'll still be doing what I'm doing, man. Like I'm not gonna stop, you know. And that's the thing that, you know, with social media platforms, is that there's always gonna be another one. There's always gonna be a replacement, you know, like, you know, Instagram, Facebook, like all these other platforms. Look at the before TikTok, it was Musically and Vine, and those ones just, you know, died. And there's always going to be something to replace it. So like, you know, I'm really hoping it doesn't, like, obviously, because for me, it's been such a freaking crazy good opportunity, and I really hope it doesn't, because as an artist, man, I feel like I worked so long to finally get like my break, and I feel like that TikTok is really giving me that. But if like I said, man, if it happens, it happens. There's nothing I can do about it. I still got a strong following on Facebook. I still got a strong following on Instagram. I'm starting to move people over to my YouTube, so I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing, man. You know, I'll keep making videos, keep doing what I'm doing, and then I'll just be on the lookout for the next big thing. So.
That's so awesome. So you said it was about censorship, and like, what is that? Like copywriting and people.
No, it's more about just privacy and like security. Like I don't know what I seen on the news. Anyways, what they were saying was that like apparently the U.S. is concerned about data going from U.S. people over to like back to China or something like that. Like that's what it said, and that's what they said on the news. But
Mhm.
but the thing is that TikTok is their network, and they're a U.S. based company now. So you know what I mean? Like TikTok, even though they're a part of ByteDance, which is like another huge, you know, that's their like company. Um, their CEO is in the US, and their data is stored in the US. You know what I mean? So that's like their argument, is that like we're not sending our data anywhere. We're not sending it back to China or anything like that. Like we are a US based company. Our offices are in the US. Our executives are here in the US, and like, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
We're a US based company. So even though their big umbrella is from China, like that's their argument, you know what I mean? And I have a feeling that they're gonna fight really hard, because US is like the market, right? So if you get banned in the US, it's a pretty big blow.
Yeah, for sure. Was there anybody ever trying to buy TikTok? Like, was Facebook trying to buy them, Google, or anything like that?
You can't really, because their company is one of the largest companies on the planet. Like the people who own TikTok also own ByteDance, which I'm pretty sure they're like a huge, crazy
Mhm.
billionaire like conglomerate company anyways.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure they're like like I'm pretty sure they're competing with like Facebook and Instagram. So like
Sure.
they wouldn't have, they would never, you know, I don't think they would sell.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know, maybe they would, but maybe if they get banned, maybe that might be the only option. But I mean, from what I know, anyways, they're a huge company,
Yeah.
and they're not really like that type. You know what I mean?
So recently you posted a video on your TikTok, but also on Facebook. I seen that you recently got verified on TikTok. What does that
Yeah.
mean? And what do you does that mean extra perks on TikTok? Yeah, extra back office stuff, or what does that mean? Looks like we might have lost some James Jones for a while.
Sorry,
There he goes.
I'm back. Can you see me?
I can't see you, but
No.
we can
Hello?
hear you. Yeah, you're there.
Can you hear us?
You can see me?
No, we can't see you, but we can hear
Okay,
you.
I can hear you guys. I can hear you guys. Hold on, I'm gonna leave and come back because I can't see myself.
Yeah, no worries.
So maybe I'll just leave and come back. Give me a second.
Okay. Yeah. So we're here with James Jones. If you guys are just tuning in right now, with Powell Times, and he's talking about TikTok. He has 700,000 followers, over 12 million likes on his account. And I want to show you some of his thing. And he made a real funny one recently that I want to show everybody. So let me just turn the volume on here real quick.
So that echo kind of gives it a deadly effect.
That was so awesome. Right on. Okay. Let's.
Oh, we're back.
Hey, we're back. How did you come up with that video, man? That's hilarious.
I just seen somebody. That's the thing, is TikTok is kind of a copycat app. So like you see other videos that are going trending. You see other videos that do really well, and you just kind of try to recreate it in your own way. You know what I mean? So I had seen that video pop up a few times on my For You page. For You page is like your home page. So like basically it's the same thing as when you go onto YouTube, and like your home page it shows up as videos that you would be interested in. So TikTok has a homepage too. It's called the For You page. And I was just browsing through it, and I seen a couple of them, and they freaking just cracked me up, man. Like I was like laughing out loud at some of the ones I seen. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna do like a native version of this. And then yeah, I posted it, and it just I did it like what's called a duet. So I duetted the original. I duetted the original video. She's like an Irish dancer, and I duetted hers. And then you can just flip the screen top to bottom and take their legs. You know what I mean?
Oh, nice. Yeah, I was
So
just gonna
yeah.
ask you.
So I just did that. I just took it and flipped it in my own way. So, but yeah, that's kind of what TikTok is, man. TikTok is just straight up, you just trends and challenges, and you just put them in your own way. So that's why the thing is, you don't have to like to be good on TikTok, to be like, you know, successful. Like you don't really have to be creative, man, because the you know the template is there already. Like you got to think, out of millions and millions and millions of videos, like the top videos rise to the top of the trends, and then that's what works. That's what people are watching. So you just take those and put them in your own way. You know what I mean?
Nice.
Like you don't have to be really creative, to be honest. Like you can really just, if you want, you could just recreate trends all the time and be very successful.
That's cool. So before you got off, we were talking about, you know, what it means to be verified, and that's kind of the announcement you made recently. What is that? How do you get verified, and what does that mean?
Well, being verified, I feel like TikTok is one of the hardest platforms to be verified on, because it's a process you have to go through in order to do it. Like a whole team basically looks at your account, and then they decide if they want you to be one of their premier. Holy, I'm sweating. They decide if they want you to be one of their premier content creators, and like they're basically invested in you as you're like a representative for their platform, in your niche or whatever you're doing. And to me, it just kind of makes it just means, it doesn't mean like famous or anything like that. To me, it just means that, like, you know, you're being seen, you know, like the TikTok is appreciating your work, and that you're being heard and you're being seen. And that's important for me as an Indigenous creator, because I feel like for many platforms and for a long time, when we raise our voices about issues, whether it be MMIW, whether it be uh, pipelines, whether it be any kind of issues like that, like we don't really sometimes, like a lot of these big social media platforms don't really hear us. You know what I mean? They don't really news companies, outlets, like they don't really give us the chance to speak our mind. It's always negative stuff in the news and stuff like that. It's always other people writing our stories. It's always other people writing our stories and saying our stories for us, or it's non-Indigenous people are the ones that are going viral talking about our issues. It's non-Indigenous people who are basically bringing up what we've been saying for years, but they're the ones that are being looked at to tell our stories. So it's, for me as an Indigenous content creator, it's really important for me and I think that's why it's important to be, for me to be verified on TikTok, just because you now have that voice. You can tell the story in your way. You don't have to hold back, and it means a lot more coming from an Indigenous perspective, I think.
That's beautiful, man, that you're using your reach to bring out important issues for our people, like exactly what you said. And yeah, I commend you for that, man. Awesome. What do you need to be a TikToker? Do you need like expensive cameras, deadly editing equipment? Give some kids here that are looking up to you, kind of
all you need is a cell phone, man. You just need a cell phone, you need internet, and you need good lighting. That's it, man. So like, you got those three things, that's it, man. Like I didn't even get, like, now I have an iPhone Pro Max because this is like my full-time job, but I only got this like a month ago. Like all my videos you see, like all my most viral videos were filmed on like an iPad like 4. Like, just, you know what I mean? Like the camera wasn't even that good. I didn't have like lighting like I do now. Like now I got professional lighting and ring lights and stuff, but like all my videos were just like, all the ones you see with the most views were filmed on my iPad 4, and just filmed with natural lighting, like from the house, or like lighting from outside coming in the window, so you don't have to have like a crazy setup. You don't need lights, you don't need cameras, you just need Wi-Fi, an account, and decent lighting, and you just have to be creative, man. Literally, that's all you got to do.
Nice. How far in advance do you plan your videos? Is it kind of as you think about it, then you do it, or do you kind of have an idea? Oh, I want to create this video and I want to create this other video, and you kind of.
I kind of get ideas throughout the day, so like I kind of will just get an idea throughout the day. Like if I'm just out and about, I'm looking at my For You page, I'll see a cool video, and if I have an idea of how to flip it or just anything, I'll just put it in my notes. So I'll write all my ideas down in my notes, and then so in my notes I just have like tons and tons and tons of ideas. You know what I mean? I have tons. I'm just gonna close the door 1 sec. I have tons and tons of. Hey, you guys, can you keep it down, please?
It's a TikTok chair right there.
Yeah. So I have tons and tons of ideas. I write down in my phone, and I look at them like the night before. I wake up, and then I do my thing for the day, and then when I'm about to film something, I'll just look at the ideas and I'll be like, oh, I should do this today, So I think it's important though, like, so you don't get because when you're like a TikToker or when you're a content creator, you always have ideas flowing of like what you want to do next. You always have ideas flowing of like, how can I make a cool video? How can I educate, whatever, you know what I mean? So like, I feel like when you get those ideas, it's important to write them somewhere, because literally you'll just forget it. Like if you have a really good idea, like within a couple hours, your mind will be somewhere else. You'll forget that idea, and like it could have been a really good video. So I always just write it down so I can look back at it and see if it's one I want to put out there.
That's such good advice, man. Don't how do I say that? Don't depend on your brain, because your brain thinks so much thoughts, man, that it'll just pass you right by.
Your brain's always moving, man, and that's
Yeah.
me too. Like sometimes I go and I have this idea and I'm like, oh man, I should make this video, and then like if I don't write it down, like in a week or two, I'll see another video floating around out there that just goes completely bonkers, and I'm like, oh man, I was gonna do this. You know what I mean? So like it's good to just write it down, and just so you don't have to stress either. Like I don't like stressing about, like, the worst thing to do is trying to figure out what to post and then trying to make it while you're figuring it out on the spot. Like I figure sometimes it's stressful like that. So I think it's a lot better to just write it down so you know what you're doing. It makes it way easier, makes it more simple. Yeah. So that's what I usually do.
Nice. Is there any advice that you would give yourself 4 months ago when you got started that you would do a little differently if you could just tell when you were first starting out, now that you know a lot about TikTok, what advice would you give yourself?
I think the main thing I would give myself a piece of advice for like when I first started out is that I would not be so OCD, and like I wouldn't be such a perfectionist, especially when you're starting out, because like a lot of your videos, even if it's a good video, even if it's a really good piece of content, there's a good chance it's not going to go anywhere just because you're a brand new account, you don't have a lot of followers, you know what I mean? Like like when I first started out, because I had a viral video so quick, it kind of like I felt like it kind of made me feel like, oh, I need to be better right now. I need to post better content now. And then I just feel like if I would have just not cared as much, and if I would have just been not such a perfectionist, like I would have put out way more videos, and I probably would have like over 1 million followers right now. So I would just say like, just do it, man. Just post. Like, don't worry about it. Don't be insecure. Don't worry about if anyone's going to view your stuff or not. Like, if you have a brand new account, it doesn't matter because it's going to be hard to get pushed anyways, like with all the other big content creators out there. So like, just post, man. Like, just if you have an idea, film it, post it. If people like it, cool. If they don't, whatever, man, move on to the next video. So I would say that was the piece of advice I'd give myself, because like I feel like I could have posted a lot more stuff, not being such a perfectionist. And that's just the way I think though. Like I'm a super big perfectionist, and I'm really, I don't know, like I get in my own mind sometimes and I'm like, oh, it has to be this way. And now that I've been doing it for a while, and I'm a full-time content creator, I just don't put that much pressure on myself. I just post what I feel. And if I feel like a video is good enough, I'll just put it out there. Like, it doesn't have to be perfect. So I would just say, don't be a perfectionist, man. Just post, man. You know what I mean? Think of it as a Facebook post. Like, just do it, post it, and who cares,
That's awesome advice. So we play this little game where we kind of look through someone's social media and we get some of their pictures, because the pictures we feel don't tell the whole story. And
Yeah.
so we took down some of your pictures here, and then we're going to post them right now just
Sure,
on
man.
the screen, and you could tell us what's going on here, right? So here's picture number one. We took it from your Facebook page, and maybe you could tell a little bit of what this picture is, what's going on here.
Yeah, that's a breakdancing pose. So that's a b-boy pose from my, I can still do a lot of the moves like when I used to do b-boying. And this was just me. I was going for a hike with some friends when I was competing at the World Hoop Championships in Arizona. And a couple of my friends took me out for a hike on one of the mountains on the res there. And yeah, my friend's also a really dope photographer. His name is Thosh Collins, and he took this of me while we were hiking. So
That's awesome. So all right, let's go on to picture number 2.
all right. Oh, nice. We call this group, this trio, the NWA, the Natives with Attitude.
Nice.
That's me, Tony Duncan to my right, and then Sage Romero to my left. Tony Duncan's world champion Apache hoop dancer. Sage Romero to my left. He's actually my mentor. The guy, he's Tas Pablo, got me into hoop dancing. And this was just a show at Gathering of Nations, like years back. We did a performance there we were one of the headliners at stage 49. And yeah, I was hoop dancing, and I asked them, hey man, you guys got your stuff here? Like, let's jump on stage with me, man. Let's rock, let's dance. And yeah, they geared up and came and danced. It was really cool.
That's so cool. All right, last picture. Tell us what is going on here and what's the backstory.
Okay. Oh, dang! Who is that guy, man? I don't look like that anymore. Now that's definitely not a post-COVID isolation, social distance picture. That's a pre-COVID pic. But this was me. Like I started getting into just taking better care of my health and wellness. So like, I've always been like a little bit overweight, I guess you could say. Like I was way heavier than my healthy weight, and I just started taking my fitness and my health and wellness seriously. Like I started doing intermittent fasting. I started eating really healthy, like just tons of veggies. I changed up my diet. I quit drinking pop, quit drinking sugar loaded drinks. And within a few months, like my body just completely changed, and I lost a bunch of weight, gained a bunch of muscle, started feeling so much better. And it's just due to me just trying to have a better relationship with food, have a better relationship with my overall physical being. You know what I mean? And yeah, that's what happens, man, when you just try to have a better relationship with yourself.
That's pretty sweet, man. So you talked a little bit about intermittent fasting, taking care of yourself. That's beautiful. And that, if you guys haven't heard, our first time we had James on, we kind of talked all about the fasting and the health. So you want to look back on the power times when we had James out. So before we bring this out for a landing, we got a few questions here. We're gonna start off with this one right here. And we all know, like, or if you guys don't know, James is a well-educated person. He's a professional artist. He's a world champion in hoop dancing, and he's been all over the world, even across the sea, to do performances everywhere. So here's a question that we're gonna ask you right now.
So, what advice would you give to a smart driven college student about to enter the real world, and what advice should they ignore?
Um, Well, I would say number one for any buddy anyone who's educated, who's young, um, just to take advantage of your youth and take advantage of any opportunities that you get. You know what I mean? Like I think it's really important that, like, even though we are told that like institutions and education is the way, and like we need to have a job that provides, we need to have a job that represents that college degree or that PhD. I would just say that if you get another opportunity that's amazing, that makes you feel good, you know what I mean? Like, don't be afraid to take that opportunity. Like don't get stuck in something that doesn't make you happy. Because in the end, the only thing that really matters, regardless if you're educated or if you're not educated, the only thing that really matters is that, are you happy? Like, whatever you're doing with your life, is it going to make you happy, or are you doing it just to make your parents happy? Or are you doing it just to make, this person happy? Like, what's going to make you happy? And that's what's most important. You know what I mean? So even for me, like I'm educated, I have a degree, but for me, what makes me happy is being an influencer, like doing what I'm doing right now. And like, I'm trying to, make a career in this. And it's what makes me happy. I love to dance. I love to create. I love to educate in my way. So.
That's awesome. All right, let's move on to the next question. What is one of the best or most worthwhile investments you've ever made? And it could be an investment of money, time, and energy, besides TikTok, because we know that was an awesome investment for you. Beyond that, what was one of the most worthwhile investments you made? Money, time, or energy?
The best actually investment I ever made was the investment into myself, the investment into my health and wellness, and my spiritual being. You know what I mean? Like, I would say the absolute best investment I ever did was taking back control of my health and wellness. Because for a while, my health and wellness was not really that great. I was, eating really bad. I wasn't feeling good. I was getting sick a lot. I didn't have a lot of energy, and just investing in my physical well-being was so detrimental, man, into my success. You know what I mean? Like, it
Hmm.
just made me feel like, just, I don't know, like a different person, man. Like, being able to have energy to wake up and create and dance and practice and do all the things I want to do, and not have to be confined to like feeling sick from the food I'm eating, like investing into myself that way. And then that also transcended into a better relationship with my mind. You know what I mean? Like, having a better physical relationship, kind of trickled down into having a better mental relationship. And once I started getting a better mental relationship, that kind of trickled into my spiritual wellness. So I started wanting to go back and attend more ceremonies, learn more about who I am as an Indigenous person. So I feel like investing in yourself was the absolute best investment you can make, and it's
Hmm.
priceless, man. You know what I mean? Like, what would you rather have? Like a company, like $1 million company, or would you rather like feel like $1 million with your health and wellness? Like, it's, you know what I mean? There's no comparison. So
Nice, man. That's awesome. Awesome advice too.
So another question we had was, what are bad recommendations you hear in your profession or area of expertise? So,
can you elaborate a little bit? Like what do you mean?
um, the bad things, like bad things said about TikTok, basically.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, you hear all kinds of stuff. Like, you hear people saying like, "Oh, it's just an app for kids," and like, people don't really take it seriously. Still, people think that it's just like this funny app for little kids, and it's not, it's not a real player when it comes to social media. And I still hear that today. But people used to say that about Facebook. People
Hmm.
used to say Facebook is whack, like only my mom and dad, or you know what I mean? Like, it's just for students. Like, it wasn't even that long ago where people were making fun of YouTubers, man. People were making fun of YouTube vloggers, saying that it's just for kids, and being a YouTube vlogger is a fool's errand, and it won't take you anywhere. Well, those kids are now living in freaking mansions, and they're making 2, 3, 4, 5 million a month. So same thing with Instagram, right? Instagram was just same thing, man. Like, you hear it everywhere, right? You hear Snapchat is stupid. It's just this app for kids. Well, now look at DJ Khaled or whatever. Like, he's literally like redefined his career through Snapchat stories. You know what I mean? Like, it's the same thing with every social media platform, man. Everyone says it's whack. Everyone says it's stupid, until they're on it, and then
Hmm.
you know what I mean. So I would just say, yeah, I hear that stuff all the time, but um, to me, it's honestly, I really enjoy just the app itself, because there's a lot of levels to the TikTok. Like, there's educational videos, there's a lot of videos where people are educating about activism and stuff that's going on with human rights and racial justice. Like, there's all kinds of stuff you can follow. It's not just like little funny stupid videos. Like, there's all kinds of stuff on there, and it's the app is basically designed for you. So whatever you like, whatever you're attuned to, that's what's going to show up on your homepage. So
Nice. I like
mhm.
that. So I got one question now before we bring this in for a landing.
Yeah.
What purchase of $100 or less has most positively impacted you in the last 6 months or of recent memory?
What purchase of $100 or less? A ring light for my
A ring light.
camera. Just kidding.
Nice. That-
um, no, I don't know, man. Honestly, like, I would say, um, I don't even know. I would say, yeah, like, obviously the ring light has helped a lot because it
Mhm.
allows me to film more and stuff. But what is one of the things I bought? Oh, I'm trying to think. Something I bought recently that was awesome. Oh, a freaking a bubble machine.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I bought like this soda bubble maker machine for water, and it's really helped me. Um, feel better about not wasting so much money on plastic waste, and it's also really helped me just get off of drinking like sugar loaded bubbly drinks.
Yeah.
It's really helped my health and wellness. So I would say like that's one purchase that really helped, was getting a like a carbonator, just so I can, I literally just drink bubble water now all day, and it's really helped me in my health and wellness to get away from drinking sugar loaded pop and stuff like that. So
What is that machine called? Is it called a Soda Stream?
I think so. Yeah, I think it might be. I think it might
Mhm.
be a Soda Stream. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it's an
Some,
awesome machine to have for sure.
yeah. I use it a lot, man. It's helped me because I my biggest thing for when it comes to food is for a long time was like pop and, like, you know what I mean, sugar loaded drinks. So the
Pepsi.
yeah, Pepsi, you know what I mean, the Soda Stream or the bubbler made it way better to get away from that stuff. So oh yeah, there you go,
You're
Pepsi
killing
right there.
yourself, Joe. Don't drink that.
There's the plug right there, man.
There's the devil.
Yeah,
A few last things. I swear this
sure.
is it. So,
Yeah, it's all
what
good,
is
man.
hashtag for you page? I see that all the time on TikTok. What is that?
Like people using it.
Yeah, hashtag for you page. I see it almost on every single video.
It's honestly not that great to use. Like people use hashtag for you page on their posts, and honestly, it's not the greatest thing to use. Like like it just depends, right? Like if you're posting a video that you think like everybody, because your videos kind of get pushed out to people, like depending on your hashtags, your text, right? So like if you put for you page in your post, it's gonna go to like everybody, and like literally there's billions of posts that use for you page. So like you're really not doing yourself any justice, because like if you're posting a dance video and it's going to somebody who just likes, video games, like they're not going to watch your post, they're just going to skip ahead. So it's
Yeah.
like you might as well just use hashtags that are relevant to what you're doing.
Nice. So my heart, and a lot of people know this on Power Times, is with the youth, right? We do a lot of youth work, a lot of programming for youth, and connecting youth with culture, and also helping them out with their life and success. TikTok has been proven to be kind of an avenue that people can go through. Before we end this, can we recap kind of the TikTok success formula? And you said a bunch of things throughout this whole talk with you. What are some of the bullet points that you could put, maybe 5 or 6 bullet points on creating a successful TikTok channel and career?
Well, number one, you want to follow the trends. So whatever's trending on the for you page, whatever's trending on the home discovery page, you definitely want to like get on those and create videos that are on trend, trending music, stuff like that. Also, too, I would just say stick to your niche, man. Whatever it is, like don't try to like do a million things and like I think the biggest thing for success on TikTok is like when people watch a video that's good, they're gonna click on your page and they're gonna click on a few more videos. And those other videos that they click on are gonna determine whether they follow you or not. And that is like the biggest thing to the algorithm, and that's like the biggest thing to you as a community, building a community, is are people watching? Because if you have a viral video that gets like 20 million views, but you only get like 10,000 followers, that's like then the viral video doesn't really matter. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, you got a lot of views, but like nobody followed you from that video. So it's like basically what you want is like if you get a viral video or if you get a video that does really well, can somebody go to your account and can somebody go to your account and identify you as like, okay, well, this is a cool dancer, so like I'm gonna follow this guy because he puts a lot of cool dance content out, and all of this stuff is kind of on the same level. It's not all over the place doing magic, juggling, and like who is this guy? Who is this person? And that's the thing I would say. I would say that's a recipe for success on any social media platform, not just TikTok. It's a recipe for success on any social media platform, whether it's YouTube, whether it's Instagram, whether it's Snapchat, whether it's Twitter, Facebook. Like, are people able to look at your content that you've created and identify you with that content? You know what I mean? If not, then not a lot of people are going to follow you.
Nice. When you came to my house here and you created your TikTok video and you at added me, the
Yeah.
at sign, and I had a bunch of followers just come out of nowhere after that.
Oh, nice. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, man. Well, I used your kids, man, for clout. So
Yeah.
I had to give back a little something.
Yeah. And one thing that we found, and you could just chime in on this as well, is consistency really helps. That where you're consistently putting out content. So if you're on Power Times, you know that we post content every single day. So
Mhm.
every morning you get that morning video, right? So that consistently has consistent content being pushed out has helped us kind of build our following and create a loyal following. How's that for TikTok? To have you found that same kind of
So
thing?
huge, man. So huge. Consistency is so huge because the thing is, your followers ultimately are going to determine how far your video goes, right? So if you have a loyal community, you got a loyal following, you post consistently, they're going to always go back to your page and see what you're posting. And, them, like your followers are who's going to watch your videos like from start to finish. They're going to rewatch your videos. They're going to share your videos. They're going to comment. They're going to like it. So like if you're posting only once every 2 weeks, like they're literally just going to forget about your page, and they're not going to go back and like watch your videos. They're not going to go back and share your stuff, because they're going to be like, oh, what the heck? Like I didn't
Mhm.
even know this guy was still on here. So I think it's really important to post consistently every day, at maybe around the same time if you can, and that'll do is it'll bring your following to know when you're going to post. Like my followers, they know when I'm posting. I always post around the same time, so like my followers always come on at that time and look for my posts and see, like, so they can watch what I'm posting. I always stream live at the same time every day, so like I always get all my followers, all my friends coming online and joining into my stream. So like I have a pretty good size, following of people who come on. They know when I'm going to be on. They know when I'm posting, and I think that's really, really important, man.
Nice. So before we go, I want to play one of my favorite of your TikToks. Surprisingly, it's not your one of your most popular ones, but I absolutely love it. I thought there's a lot of cool creativity that went into it. So
Cool. Let's
I'm
check it
gonna
out.
I'm gonna bring it in, and here we
Oh
go.
yeah.
So I wanna play this for everyone, and so
Oh my
everyone
god.
can
Okay.
kind of see what's going on here.
Oh man.
Jeez, I'm
So
getting some
that,
deadly feedback. So,
oh man, that's so funny. So that's the thing too, man. Okay, so look at that video, right? So this video I put the most work into this video of any of my TikTok videos. Okay, so like I did the most editing, I did the freaking most work. It was freaking so hard. My legs were literally just freaking jelly. Like after I was done filming this, and I literally thought, I'm like, this is gonna go so viral. I'm like, this is gonna blow up because I put so much work into it. You know what I mean? And it literally is like one of my least watched videos, right?
I know,
Like,
right? I don't
I'm like,
understand it, but it's so freaking
but
awesome,
that's
man.
that's the thing about TikTok, man, is that like I swear, man, like the videos that do well are the ones you just film quickly on a whim. Like you just do like a quick 10-minute thing, 20 minutes, film it, post it. Don't stress out. Don't try to make a viral video. And like those are the ones that do good, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like I feel like the algorithm and just people know when you're just trying to make a viral video, man. And like that one's like one of my least watched, and I put the most effort into it. So that just tells you guys, man, like my video that has the most like one of my most watched videos like only took me like 15 minutes to make. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Whereas that one took me hours, man, and like I swear like nobody freaking watched it.
Yeah, that's one of my most favorite ones of your TikToks.
Yeah, mine too, man. I freaking love that video, but I don't know,
Yeah.
apparently people don't like it. So
So what we one thing we didn't talk about was TikTok has a time limit on the videos that you could post. What are those time limits, and how do you make sure you have the most creativity within that time limit?
I would say depending on what you're posting, you want your video to be, the time limit is 60 seconds. But it's really hard for people on TikTok to watch a 60-second video. Like you got to think of video is similar to like Instagram stories. So it's like people just want to watch something quick. You know what I mean? Like if you can make a video shorter but better, it's always good. So you want to be like around somewhere around 15 seconds to 20 seconds. Those are really good time to fit a video in. And if you try to do like lots of 60-second videos, you'll see that like it won't go very far, because a lot of people don't watch really long videos unless it's freaking absolutely amazing. Like unless it's really engaging, really amazing, then those longer videos can do well. But I would say you just better to keep your videos shorter, like between 13 and like 20 seconds if you can.
That's cool, man. So we usually have an ending question here,
Okay.
and it seems like you already have this kind of thing, right? So it talks about if you had a gigantic billboard anywhere with anything on it, and it could be a quote, it could be a paragraph, and potentially this billboard would reach millions or even billions of people. What would you have on this billboard? To what message would you want out? Even though you have something already pretty similar with TikTok.
Yeah, I would just say, man, like, I don't know. I always just remember, like, whenever I'm going through tough times or whenever things are get hard for me, I always just remember like this little saying that I say, and I've seen it a few other places, and it's something that I put into my video sometimes. That like just always remember that, you know, whatever you're going through, whenever tough times, whenever you're not sure, just always remember that, like, you know, you're strong, you know, you are resilient, and you carry the strength of your ancestors with you. And I always just remember those little things, man, when I'm going through tough times. And I would say that to a lot of people out there who are going through tough times and are not sure, you know, where they're going, or they're feeling kind of down. I just always remember those three things, man. You're strong, you are resilient, and you carry the strength of your ancestors with you. And like that really helps me a lot on a daily basis. So
That's freaking awesome, guys. If you like what you've heard and this throughout this whole thing, give it a like, give it a share with your friends. Also, any of the people that you know, especially any of those youth out there that are striving to do something online, get them to watch this video, man. James has dropped some bombs on how to be successful online as an artist, as an indigenous person, and as a person in general, which is so cool. So give him a like, give him a share. James, stay on before I end this. You know, stay on. We'll have a little chit chat in the background here.
all right.
Um, but we just like to say thank you guys so much for tuning in. You guys are wonderful. We love all you guys. In our language, it's Sagitin Nawal, meaning that we're sending all you guys love, the Naskamun. That oh, I got a phone call here. 1 second. So thank you guys. Like and share this video, and it was good to have you guys here. So I'm gonna just end this broadcast and then say
Peace.
have a good night.